Good evening and welcome to the Corners of Crazy Ideas featuring me. So I was asked by some of my friends to make an English version of this channel. And here I am. I will try with the first one. And I already apologize for my English. The first thing I want to entertain you with is something very easy, something very light. Many more complicated things and heavy things will follow. The first thing I want to talk about is a fundamental analogy that I found. I don't know if someone else had already pointed this out, but that I found among three of the most fortunate and popular tales or fictional works of the latest years. In particular, I'm talking about The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Star Wars. I already apologized at the beginning because I will confound the characters of these three movies continuously, but it will be very clear why in the follow. So, what about the general plot of these three movies? I don't know if you ever thought about this, because usually people are following this movie in different times, so it's hard to integrate them or to analyze them rationally. So the plot is the following. You have a young and inexperienced boy that has to deal with an evil lord that was active in the past, and at a certain point it comes back. If you see in parallel the three things, it's very clear. So in the case of Harry Potter, Voldemort, the evil lord, was active at the time of his parents. Then he disappeared, he was quiescent for a while, and then he comes back when Harry Potter has, I don't remember which age, but when he's like 12, 10, 16 years old. So anyway, it was something that was in the past, then was not there, and then he comes back at the time of Harry Potter. About Star Wars, it's the same thing. You had this Sith community of very bad and Jedi, so let's say, sort of people that devoted to evil arts and so on, that they were active in a far past, but at the time of Luke Skywalker, they are back in the person of Darth Vader and Palpatine. But let's focus on the evolutive niches. And the third thing is The Lord of the Rings, but it's the same. Because Sauron was active 3,000 years before Frodo was jumping around in the Shire, but at that time he is back, and he has to deal with him. So you can see that the plot is exactly the same. But the analogies, they don't stop here. This is just the plot that is similar. But let's see other characteristics of these three movies. In order to get rid of this evil lord that was active in the past and now is back, the three heroes of these three saga, they all take advantage of the presence of an old pointed hat man that is very skilled in some magic art. It's the same person. Think about it. Gandalf, Yoda, and Dumbledore are the same person and are playing exactly the same role, exactly as Frodo, Luke Skywalker, and Harry Potter are playing the role of the main character. But the analogies come continuously if you think about it. For instance, an important role in all the three movies played by mutilation. The whole story of The Lord of the Rings begins with the cut of the fingers of Sauron. That way the ring fell down and is taken by some other king and whatever. And then the movie begins. In Harry Potter, apart the fact that Voldemort is missing the nose, but fundamental point is when one of Voldemort's helpers or apprentice is cutting one hand to put in a sort of boiling pot with some strange ingredients to resuscitate Voldemort. And for Star Wars, well, I think it's one of the things that is most impressive, because both Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, they got their hand cut with this saber. Sorry for my English. Lightsaber. Another thing that is in common, and then I finish, I promise, among these three movies is how the whole thing ends. And it's always in the same way. You just have to destroy one item, one object, and the whole story is finished. So in the case of Star Wars, you just have to hit with some shot from this X-wing stuff, I don't know, this torpedo in the Death Star. The whole Death Star explodes, and the movie is finished. But it's the same point of the Lord of the Rings. You just have to melt this stupid ring in the volcano, in the Mount Fato, whatever it's called. Sorry, I remember the names in Italian. Mount Faith, probably. However, in the center of Mordor, there's a volcano. You put a ring there, and all the orcs, they lie down, and the story is finished. And for the Harry Potter is the same thing, because in order to get rid of Voldemort, you have to destroy these Horcrux. There are little objects. Okay, they are 7, they are not 1, but the idea is exactly the same. It's just multiplied by 7, but it is not a great exercise of imagination. The analogies, I just let you find all the other ones, because it's already 8 minutes and 50 seconds that I'm speaking. There are so many that I cannot bother you anymore with these things. I just wanted you to think that these 3 stories are one story. Have a nice evening.